made it. about our Father's business. Grind mode, filled with His Holy Spirit. That's a cheat code. Holiness the standard. We never fold. We about to make a scene episode. About our Father's business.
Yo, we are back. Episode 46 of season 3 of the Not the Same Podcast, hosted by this one word, C-Micah. That one word over there, Mr. Rob Redeem. We're glad, gracious, and very happy to be back here with y'all for another Not the Same Podcast, hot topic, and music show. Yeah, man.
Music show.
Switch names so much, I don't remember, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. Listen, man, if you're watching us right now exclusively on YouTube on Thursday nights, I need you to do what you see on the screen in about 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I don't know, 9, 10 seconds whenever this ball is spinning. Number 1, hit that like button. Number 2, hit the subscribe button if you have not subscribed to the Not the Same Podcast. Number 3, hit that notification bell. Listen, man, I'm going to say something, dog. If you got notifications on, look at them things. You know what I'm saying? I just leave it at that, man. You know what I'm saying? Just look at them. And if you don't have them on, why not?
Turn them on.
Look, you've seen this graphic a million times. If you watched the Not the Same Podcast over 5 times, you've seen this before. But don't be disobedient. Hit that like button. Number 2, go ahead and subscribe if you have subscribed.
Please
if you've been subscribed for over a year, still hit the notifications. One word, why? What is wrong with you?
Why?
What is wrong
and
with
why you ain't hit the like button?
Why you ain't hit the like button?
Out.
Disobedient.
You're watching, you might as well like it.
You might as well like it. You know what I'm
as
saying?
well.
You like it in real life. You're sitting here watching.
Oh, sneaker peeker you.
You
anyway.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. We love you, though.
Shout out. We love you, though. Matter of fact, since we started off with that, let me get that hand clap, brother.
Oh, calm down. God, my bad, brother.
No, if this is your first time watching the Not the Same Podcast, that hand clap is just for you. Those are all our sneaker peekers who like to peek in to see what we talking about, what these one words really on. You know, y'all that don't say nothing, don't like nothing, don't subscribe nothing, don't notification nothing.
Don't know nothing. You. No, I'm kidding.
Don't know nothing. You don't know now. Remember that joint? Anyways, that's what my sneaker peekers. For those that don't like to be called a sneaker peeker because it sounds a little suspect, my silent partners. We appreciate y'all sliding through. But all jokes aside, do this one more time. Go ahead and put that up one more time. Hit the like, subscribe, and notification button. Because we don't have time to send out texts before every show to everybody who refused to hit the subscribe and notification. Yes. If you've already hit the subscribe and notification button and you're listening to the sound of my voice, my boy C voice, hit the like button. It's okay. If you catch the rebroadcast, hit the like button. Make a comment. Say something, one word. Yeah. Anyhow, shout out to our rebroadcasters, man. Our MTMV Sports Famo, Life Show TV, Takeover Radio, Praise 365, Scooter right here in St. Louis, Parable Radio, RYC Praise News, His Hop Radio and Podcast Network, 520 Collective, and the Kingdom Now Network. And for all of our audio listeners, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, however you listen to audio podcasts, listen, I don't care if it's 1 or 5. Just hit one of the stars, please. You dig what I'm saying?
Please.
We trying to get the algorithms going. Right. You dig what I mean? Yeah, all right, that's all I got, brother.
Shout out to everybody who got in the chat, man. Give y'all an example of what we talking about. Ronald Jackson, good evening, sir. Good to see you as well. Mr. G with the joke that had us laughing before the show even started. I hope y'all got a good churchy video for them Cowboys fans tonight. Yes, because they're going to be wading in the water. The water of losses. What's up, D? Good to see you, sis.
Sis, how you doing?
Everybody else ain't saying nothing. Good to see all y'all.
Y'all ain't say, Mr. G is tuning in all the way from Canada, and y'all can't say nothing, and you in St. Louis.
You can't say hi.
You can't say hi.
Can't say hello. Can't say peace.
You know what? I ain't about to beg for a speak or a notification. You dig what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro. Let's go ahead.
We would not. Oh,
we'll not. No, not. Won't not. No deal.
Let's see what's good, man.
What's good?
Rob Dean, my brother from another mother, like my homie Larry Rogers on the west side. Some say it's the best side, but we dwell in the Midwest. But be careful on the west side of St. Louis. Tuck in your chain, Maine. My brother, what is good?
What is good for me is I had a short week. I had a nice week. If you dig what I'm saying, I'm good, man. I don't have no special what's good. I got the opportunity. If y'all follow me on social media, I got the opportunity to spend time with my oldest son. If y'all don't know the story, then you know this is what it is. I was 16 years old, 17. He was born, and You know, my oldest son is a grown man, and we ain't too far away in age, and we got a chance to go hang out. We got a chance to go hang out this
past. So
many
jokes in my head.
Hey, so many jokes. You dig what I'm saying? I didn't know. But anyways, I got a chance to hang out with my oldest son. We went out of town, man. And people that saw the video was like, one word, if you would have denied him, they would have put you under the jail.
Bruh. He cannot deny this one word.
Listen, if you follow me on Facebook, that's the only where I posted it. But if that ain't a before and after, like before cancer and after cancer, you dig what I mean? Meaning he still has his hair, or one word ain't got his. You dig what I mean? That's what chemo does. Yeah. The long story short is I got an opportunity to spend time with my son, and that was big for me. See, you know me. Anybody that know me personally, my relationships with my boys is very important, especially taking them one-on-one trips to build that bond. Right. I think it's very important for Black fathers, any father, but Black fathers especially, because we get this stigma that we're not in our kids' lives, and it's the furthest from the truth. The majority of us are, but the one words who aren't, those are the ones that get the publicity. So that's what's good for me, man. I'm back. I made it back safely. I made it through this week, and I'm off the next 2 days. What's good with you, see?
All right. One joke before we get started. Brother, well, not joke, one serious moment. That brother said, thanks to chemo, he ain't got no hair, but thanks to Jesus, that boy's still alive. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jesus, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to give it for Jesus. Thank you, sir. My brother still exists, you know what I'm saying? Because if he wasn't alive, I wouldn't even admit that one word.
He wouldn't have met me. I would have been gone.
Y'all wouldn't be seeing this show at all. You know what I'm saying? So God is good. All right, listen, man, this is my What's Good, man. This is a special one. First time this ever happened to me as a man. But I'm going to tell the story. My little sister, Connie Riley, married to now Connie Carter, married to my brother-in-law, Brian Carter. They had their third child today, 9-something this morning. And I was so happy for her. You know, she had twins first. The first twins, they were preemies. So they came like 4 months early. This baby went all the way to term. You know what I'm saying? The whole 9 months, whole 9 yards. And today, we didn't know what his name was going to be. So I thought. And then they sent me a picture with the name. And his name is Bryson Christopher Carter. And it just made a thug tear, brother. I'm fighting it back right now. Trust me. Trust me. It was hard on you, boy. I just got through working out. I was about to eat lunch. And I saw that. I was like, that's my sister. That's my... So it's really a blessing, man. Born almost 7 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Healthy baby. Praise the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You got a picture of him sleep right next to his mama like that. Man, it's beautiful, man. But, you know, so I first saw the picture with it like that. I was like, man, that's so cute.
He already doing the Chris Brown play?
Yeah, like that. You know what I'm saying? Doing the Steph Curry, putting him to sleep already. You know what I'm saying? But now the awesome thing was they had a little quilt on him. And the quilt said my name. Said his name, my name is his middle name, then the last name. And that's the way I was told that. So everybody knew but me. So that was an awesome surprise, man. So yeah, man, that was my
congratulations,
good, man. So
look, y'all one words out there. Y'all didn't seen the nephews that he talking about. They was on the show not too long ago. You know, the twins. So you know that's what's up, man. I know that moment. Brother. That's what's up, bro.
Beautiful thing, man. Beautiful thing, man. So salute to my new nephew, little Bryson, and a salute to my sister. Made it through. You know, went through everything. Man. She's fine. God bless them, and they sleep right now because I know it's going to be rough for a couple of weeks or a year. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
However it go. You know what I'm saying? I'm praying for it. All right, man, without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get to the hot topic before I get to crying around this thing.
Hold up. Hey. Hot topic.
All right, hot topic for tonight. Are black people really African Americans? The question is, are black people really African Americans? Let's go, Mr. Davis. All the sappy stuff is over. Let's get it.
That boy hit me with the real quick. No. I can't say we're African Americans, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
Africans don't respect us not one bit, brother. Mm-hmm. They feel like we're dumb. We're ignorant. We don't take advantage of our opportunities that we have as Black Americans. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the way it is. But I do feel like it's set up for the division.
Mm-hmm.
Same, and I can can go so deep down a rabbit hole.
Let's go.
So deep down a rabbit hole. Just the same way Black Americans are divided. It's the same way Africans, when they come over here, we're divided because they don't realize they get all of the grants because they're foreign. They get all of the opportunities, all of the tuition, all of any and everything you can think of for them being foreign and getting those credits. They get it because the schools get that. And we're not afforded those opportunities, especially those in urban neighborhoods where we're trying to fight and move forward. Go ahead, bro.
No, Black people aren't really African Americans. Here's the trick that nobody ever really recognizes. So when you fill out a job application or you doing training at your job or whatever, they update your statuses for your job. When it says African American, it says race, Black / African American. You see what I'm saying? So we a color. We a crayon color. You know what I'm saying? Because our roots don't really trace back to Africa. Our roots trace back to Mississippi or Louisiana or wherever that plantation was, North Carolina, because you look at real African Americans, and African Americans can be white. I met an African that was white about 2 weeks ago at SIUE doing a tour of the school, and she was from South Africa. Very white woman, extremely white woman, you know what I'm saying? And she was extremely African. You could hear it. She sounded just like the Black Africans you hear, sounded exactly like them. So, and she is an African American. That is a literal African American. And this is the reason I say, and I'm going to go to what Hagen said in a minute, but when you have the division at the beginning and then / American, right? European American, British American, I don't know, what's another place? Asian American. Asians keep the culture of Asians, but they're American. Korean American. I have a Korean that works for me. He goes to Korean restaurants. He talks Korean, but he's American. He was born here, but he's Korean. There's a section of town where it may be like if you go to LA or New York, Chinatown, where there's Chinese traditions, there's signs, there's everything. They are Chinese Americans.
Yeah.
But we are not African Americans. I don't care what that paper say, because what do we do that we keep that as Black, that is African? What do we do for you wear Kenta Claus, brother? You know what I'm saying? Do you speak British English like most Africans speak?
Yeah.
No, we don't. We don't.
No.
So we are similar to like white people. We don't never want to admit it. We was kind of here first after the Indians. So when they came, we did too, somehow. You know, I don't think we all came on boats, but I think, well, if we did all come on boats, the ones that came from boats, they ended up on that plantation, that was the end of the African. Once we started getting birthed over here and the bloodlines got all mixed, you know what I'm saying? When we got all mixed and all that and all mixed up, man, there wasn't no more African no more. We don't keep no African traditions, in my opinion. Go ahead, bro.
We do not. My little brother is North Side, one word for life.
But
boy say,
I don't disagree with him though. Go ahead.
No,
bro.
I don't. He said, I'm
funny.
one word American. I'm from Adelaide, but not Australia. I guess my point to this is where our culture kind of suffers at times. No identity. Yeah. You know what I mean?
We just don't embrace it. We got identity. We don't embrace it.
We don't. But at the same time, you know, you got the people that's just, I'm woke all of a sudden. Yeah. Go back to sleep. You dig what I mean? Because some of y'all are tripping.
That's funny. Go ahead, bro.
But I'm not about to even go down that rabbit hole. And no, this ain't no Uncle Tom talking. And if you think I'm Uncle Tom, the nephew, listen to what we talking about. It's a culture that we have that, no, we're not African American because we're not accepted as such. We're Black Americans. And that's just what it is. I understand what Ronald Jackson is saying is our ancestors, but believe it or not, trace it back. A lot of us, a lot of our heritage do come from Indians. You dig what I mean? Some of us. I know in my dad's bloodline, we've traced it back. We do have
in my wife's bloodline. Her dad had part Indian in him.
Yeah, a lot of people say that. A lot of black people say, "I got Indian in my family" when they got some good hair. We actually do have Indian in our family. As funny as that may seem, but and I hate to say this, there's a song. It's for the wrong reasons.
Okay,
but we're mutts. I hate to say it. We're and what a mutt mean, if you don't know, it don't mean that you tuck your tail. Right. You're a mixed breed of a crossbreed of a bunch of different cultures, and here we are. And I think that's the reason why you see some people go so hard for left or right when it comes to certain stances, because you're trying to find your identity. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. So you had said earlier, we don't embrace.
He said I got good hair, American.
Right. He said we don't embrace. What did you say? Culture. No. I don't know.
Ancestry.
Well, our ancestry, yes, traces back to Africa. When I say this, because it's just so plain and simple, if you watch the way we move, if you watch any immigrant, so if you're saying we're African American, that means we are immigrants, right? Right. That's what you are saying. We are an immigrant. I can trace my family line down to 2 cities in Arkansas, Holly Grove, Arkansas, and Marvel, Arkansas. My daddies, granddaddy, and grandmama all stayed there, and my grandmama's side all stayed there. 2 parts of Arkansas. A lot of people can trace theirs to either Arkansas, Missouri,
Mississippi, like you said.
Mississippi, Georgia, wherever, somewhere in the South, North Carolina, all those places. And the reason I say, this is why I say this, and this is just my opinion. Look what we eat. We do have culture. It's called soul food. That's from us. You get what I'm saying? Swag. You know where that comes from? Us. You know what I'm saying? That's funny, D. And you shouldn't be ashamed of it. A lot of people do that.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious.
White people do that too. But anyway, back to the subject. Listen, look at our culture. Look at the way we dress. Look at Rob with the hat. You know what I'm saying? The way we wear hoodies and all that. We have a culture. Africans model this culture. Everybody model this culture. We don't recognize how great our culture is. We have some of the strongest culture on this whole planet.
Very influential.
In this whole planet. You go anywhere on this world, you'll see somebody rocking some black culture, and not African black culture. Negro, I said it nice, one word, American black culture is some of the strongest culture. Some of our slang, some of the things we say, the food we eat, macaroni and cheese out the oven, collard greens, you know what I'm saying? Pig's feet. They don't eat that everywhere. They eat that here because that came for us. Your wife do this. Make them pickles. This is all black culture type thing.
Yeah, man.
You feel what I'm saying? Soul food restaurant. So you got a Chinese restaurant, a Korean restaurant. You got whatever size you call it, but Chinese type restaurants.
Right.
Bosnian food restaurants and all
Rice
that.
House.
Ours is soul food.
Yeah.
Now, we can act like we don't want to embrace that, and I don't want to embrace what happened. Brother, that's where you came from. One word. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
reason we call mutts, not to be too deep, because some of the masters slept with the pretty ones. And then you got some mixed up blood. Listen, I'm not a fully dark-skinned man. I'm a little bit darker than Rob. Brown. We coming from Africa, we don't get this brown. You get what I'm saying? You know how you get this type brown or Rob's color brown? It's been some mixing, been some commingling at the end of the day. So to me, our culture for me here started when we left that plantation. That's where it started. To me, we start all that crazy food that we start eating that the slave masters wouldn't eat because they were throwing us the scraps, and we was making lemonade out of lemons. And we started making, fatback. Won't nobody eat no fatback. We made that good because that's all we could afford. You feel what I'm saying? That's just part of our culture, man. Unfortunately, that's part of our culture. Go ahead, bro.
It is part of our culture. And it is. I respect your opinion. I agree with your opinion on that. And if anybody else listening to it don't respect it, it's all good. We can agree to disagree. But you are absolutely correct, because what we do, how we move, how we are, it is. Now, everything about the Black American culture is not the best. You dig what I mean? I wish we can come together more. I wish we wasn't so divided.
100%.
You dig what I mean? But that also comes back from our culture, because what's the best way to keep us from rising up together? Divide the plantation. make an example out of the strong one, so nobody else will come up against them. So now everybody's
Negroes and house Negroes.
Yeah. You separating it, and that still goes on. That is something that's a generational curse that I pray that one day gets broken within the Black American culture. You dig what I mean? We're not being deep tonight, but we're just talking the truth. If you talk to a true African, they despise the fact that they will be called an African American, or that we're called African Americans along with them. Although, like C said, we have some of the most influential culture and ways about ourselves that everybody watch. Don't believe me? Sports. Who dominates predominantly in basketball and football, and everybody watches it.
That will be us.
Music in particular. Who listens to it? Everyone. You dig what I'm Drake, Snoop, and then I know I'm saying Snoop, I'm dating myself, but these guys ain't getting where they at from us because we bootlegging. You dig what I'm saying? Yes. It's something that they embrace. It's something that they love because it's telling the stories of what we've been through. And listen, man, I know James Brown said it the best. I'm Black and I'm proud. I would never ask, you know what I mean? I would never, ever be ashamed to stand 10 toes down and say, I'm a Black man in America at all. Now, do we get screwed? Yes. Do we get the same opportunities? No. I've been there. But when we get there, you got to play the part and do what you're supposed to do to keep it where it's at. What I don't like, and I'll say this, I don't like the fact that when we do get there, a lot of people like to close the door and don't let nobody else in. Like, I made it. But that goes back to house and spill. One words. You dig what I'm saying? And we go from there.
Yeah, man, there's so many comments. I'm laughing at Hager's talking about Chinese drill rappers. Good evening, mama.
Real
but
talk.
No, listen, bro. This is the point. This is what I think, man. And this is what it comes down to. I think we as a people should embrace our culture.
We should.
Because others do. Sometimes others embrace our culture. Now, we may be ashamed of some of the crazy stuff that happens in our culture. But listen, bro. This is what the news lies to us about, and sometimes we buy it. We ain't the only ones cutting up. That's the problem. It gets made to look like we're the only one that's robbing. We're the only people that are doing this. There's Chinese robbers. There's straight robbers. There's gay robbers. There's trans persons just shot up Middle Twin Cities just recently. You know what I'm saying? All kind of stuff happens. It's people, period. Really, from the spiritual sense, just sin nature. But in the natural media sense, a lot of times they get put out, we're the bad ones. We're the evil ones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
be careful. Tuck in your purse around them. And they telling you tuck in your purse and they wearing skinny jeans and a big gold chain. But you tucking in stuff. You know what I'm saying? You seeing a little kid with the hat to the back. But you letting the kid dress in the culture and the fashion that we dress in, but at the same time say be careful around them. So which one is it? Is the culture good or we just bad? How about this? It's just bad people everywhere. There's some black people I don't want to be around. I'm black. And like Rob, I'm so grateful God made me black. If he made me white, I'd be happy too. But he made me black, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the culture. I'm grateful for what I've been through, what I've seen, good, bad, and the ugly. It made me a great person. But not a great person, I ain't a person. But with that being said, bro, like I think it's okay for us to embrace our culture. And if literal African Americans don't like us, well, go on then. All right, then. Shoot. You know what I'm saying? Take your grants and be wealthy, like most of y'all gonna be anyway. But we can make it too. We can make it. We can make it too. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, we got to work harder, but we can make it. You dig what I mean? It ain't always got to be, the backdoor deals. But what I will say is this, man. And don't let that be an excuse because we got to jump through the hoops. You just got to work harder, and we know how to do that. You dig what I'm saying? We coming from nothing to something and making this work and that work. Like it's always been like that for the majority. For the ones who've always had it and you never had a struggle, thank God for it and keep it pushing and don't look down on the ones that do. You dig what I mean? But like C said, there are some words I don't want to deal with because they just ignorant. But that's across every culture.
Everywhere.
You got to remember, we're a minority. That's a key part. So the welfare system, we're not the majorities on the welfare system. Hate to tell you, You dig what I'm saying?
Nope.
The crime rate, we can't be the majority when we're the minority, but it's real easy to talk about a small demographic, north side, west side, whatever side of any city that's a small little mile radius that has a lot of crime, and then all of a sudden, we're the bads. You dig what I mean? But they're not telling you about the meth labs, the fentanyl, the this, the that. So don't fall for the okie doke, man, and stop being embarrassed to embrace who you are, man or woman. You dig what I mean? Nobody's better than you. And if you're in Christ, then you winning. This is only temporary in the first place. So
yeah. So as we wrap up this question, man, are black people really African Americans? No, we're not really African Americans. If it goes for Korean Americans and we're treating this the same way, then we're not from Africa. I know our ancestors all the way back were, but do we embrace that as a culture? When you go to Big Mama house, are you doing African hymnals? You know what I'm saying? Is it looking like Wakanda over there? No, it's not in most cases. Most cases, you seeing a black Jesus on the wall, you know what I'm saying? A couple of fans and something good on the stove. That's our culture.
Yeah.
A lot of black. And when I said Big Mama, how many of y'all didn't know who I was talking about? Culture. It's part of our culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just the way we talk and everything, man. I think it's okay for us to embrace the culture that we have been gifted with, man. Now, it may have been a curse for some and for some years, man, but on the other end, too, we got jobs. We able to be CEOs. There's a lot of millionaires, and things can be hard, man, but there's also ways of escape, I would say, and ways to achieve. And, we don't have to be the ignorant ones. But if you get ignorant, like Rob was talking about last night, somebody bust a can on his head, then just give my brother a pause for that moment. Because he gonna try to bust something to the white meat.
To the white meat, cuz. Hey, look, I will say this and I'll let it go. And this is a joke. Now, them one words across the street from me, them African Americans.
All right, man, let's hold up and wait. We'll get to the first video for tonight. And enough. Ryan Ellis featuring Lee Vasi. Thoughts on the video? It's a clean video. I like the way it looks. They got some vocals. You know what I'm saying? Brother and sis can sing a little bit. I ain't saying they literally brother and sister. I believe they're actually on tour together right now. So I enjoyed the song. It was a nice vibe. It was clean. The video was well shot. And what I say about it, I enjoyed the song. It's a nice song. Something I would definitely listen to while I'm on the road. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just added it to my R&P playlist. Brother, I got the playlist. No, it was a clean video. It was an easy video. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was just back shots. I'm going to tell you something that people always do, and this is a joke. People always like to liken Christian artists to secular artists. So I guess that was the Mark Anthony and Jennifer Lopez of R&B music. But it was smooth. It was smooth. I'm joking, but I did like the song. I liked the video. And I added it to my playlist. I don't really have much more. I like the song more than the video because the video was simplistic. It's like somebody just said, hey, walk down the street and just start filming. We're going to do something plain and simple.
Right.
And
no storyline or nothing.
Yeah, no storyline behind it. Just a plain video so you can kind of focus on the lyrics. And I appreciate that also.
Once again, that was More Than Enough by Ryan Ellis featuring Lee Vasi. Let's get into our music segment. Music segment. Where did the thought come from that Christian rappers have to be preachers or held to pastoral standards? Where did the thought come from that Christian rappers have to be preachers or held to pastoral standards? Let me tell you where this thought came from. I came up with this question. There's an artist by one of the most popular Christian artists basically in history, Christian rapper in history, Mr. Lecrae. He had a new project that just came out. Very well done, very polished project. I've seen some people that are my friends. I will not say the post exactly people I'm friends with, people I respect. You know what I'm saying? Kind of throwing slander and shade at Lecrae or just asking questions. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't like, he had a song with Killer Mike and T.I. And if you choose to listen to the song, Killer Mike annihilated that joint, number one. Just murder on there. But also, they wonder why would he do this? And, this dude is slipping or he's falling back. And the question I was brought to this is like, where did that come from that Christian rappers have to be preachers? Why are we holding a Christian rapper, an entertainer, to the standard of like he's a pastor? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he should be out there wilding and like got like 8 women and stuff. I get that. But at the same time, it's like, okay, he is in the music entertainment business. Why are we holding this guy to this standard? Mr. Davis, go ahead.
I think it's tradition, man. Because I'm gonna say this: the Baptist church still feel like Christian rap is of the devil. Yeah. You dig what I mean? I've been on interviews. I've been in the studio with my sons. Matter of fact, shout out to Sam His Hop. We shout him out where I was on His Hop Radio when we went out to Vegas. Yeah. And a pastor called in and straight went at me because I was a Christian rapper and his gospel singer was on the show as well. So I think it's just tradition. And we played a Bizzle video a few weeks ago. And I know a lot of people don't listen to lyrics, but he was saying, I dress like this. I'm pretty sure Al Capone dressed like you. So why are you tripping off of my hat and my brim and you in the suit, but all the gangsters and mobsters wore your suit while you know, you think gangsters nowadays wear this. So what's the difference? So it's the tradition thing, man. That's not the way we came up. You didn't want to mean that's not it. Yet and still gospel, the roots of gospel is from rhythm and blues and R&B. So go ahead, bro.
I mean, I think it's the music of certain people's day, right? So a lot of church music you hear is from people that's in probably 55, 60 age. Church music sounds like that because of that was the music of their day. So now it sounds like that. Well, the music of a lot of people's day, you know, not the generation below us, is hip hop and pop. Yeah. And the new pop used to be rock light, like not hard rock, light rock. That was pop. And then pop became hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So the same people, the Britney Spears type artists, will have to have rappers on their music now. Or they have to sing in a style that almost sound like rap, like the R&B singer style do now, because hip hop has come so prominent, aka rap has become so prominent like that. That is the sound of the day. As for, you know, Lecrae mixing with other people, man, like, if you're an artist, I mean, what are you supposed to do around other artists? You do music. You know what I'm saying? So if you get somebody like T.I. or somebody like Killer Mike and they say, oh, I'll be honored to come on your song. And they get on there and they don't disrespect your song. Other words, by getting on there cussing. You know what I'm saying? Knowing what you stand for. To me, I think they're honoring you by doing that. I'm not saying, now, can it be confusing to like an infantile baby Christian? Probably, maybe. But then it could be encouragement to an infantile baby Christian. You know what I'm saying? Because in this sense, this is what I mean by this. There's not many people that don't listen to secular music. And if you think there's a lot of people that don't, you are deceived and fooled. And I think a lot of believers go from the standpoint like, okay, everybody is like me in particular. I don't listen to that. I threw that all the way. And if they're not like me, something is wrong with them. No, that's just you. And hallelujah. It's a blessing. There was a point I was like that. And it helped me. It helped me. You know what I'm saying? It helped me in that way for that time in my life. And then God allowed me to bring that back in. As you see, as you grow in Christ, sometimes God would tell you to put this away for times, years. And after a while, I'd be like, all right, you cool. You can play it now. So, you know, I don't get it. I want to put up what Mr. G said because I saw that while I was speaking. Should there not be a standard for Christ-centered music? Yes, I think in my opinion, I'll let Rob answer this as well. The standard should be that it talks about Christ.
Yep.
That should be the standard. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to, and I'm not going to say this to Mr. G. Mr. G listens to a lot of Christian hip hop, so I know he understands where I'm coming from. I think Christian hip hoppers are judged way more stricter than other genres, Christian genres. That's what I say. And I feel like it's unfair to a lot of Christian rappers. That's what I think. Go ahead, bro.
I'm going to go back to Hagen's and then I'm going to go back to Mr. G.
Okay.
So Hagen says, I don't know if holding the Christian artists to a standard as much as just holding Christians in general to a standard. Uh-huh. Yes. it's a separation.
Mm-hmm.
A Christian artist to a standard. C said it best, and this goes back into what Mr. G said. Christ-centered music. Listen, if I hear him, he, them, they, and I never hear Jesus, my opinion that's Christian-centered. And let me tell you something. Jesus was all through Lecrae's album. Yeah. You dig what I mean? Like all through it. So but when you start taking Holy Spirit and saying it, you start you start taking God and saying him, Jesus and saying him, and you're making it so watered down that they don't know who you talking about. They don't know if you, no disrespect, gay, a lesbian. They don't then that's not Christian centered. If your music and your message, because a lot of people don't even listen to the lyrics, they listening to the beat. If your music and your message is not saying turn from what you're doing and turn to Christ, then it's not Christ centered. Now I got the jewels and I got the, you know what I'm saying? And there are Christian artists out there that does that for the sake of entertainment. There's a lot of Christian artists that don't say Jesus or whatever, and they're in that field because guess what? They couldn't make it secular. That's just bottom line. If you think that every Christian artist is a Christian, then you know what? I'm a millionaire. Believe it. And if you give me $100, you're gonna be blessed with 1,000. You dig what I mean? Like I'm that type of foolery. You dig what I mean? Right. So I think Christ-centered is strictly geared off of your message and who you're. If you're not pulling them to Christ, then it's not Christ-centered. Because now you're just talking about you, I, and that becomes your idol. You will know from the lyrics on what it's centered around. So to Hagen's point, holding Christian artists to a standard, yes, your standard is that's what you should be on. But it shouldn't be, if I get on a song with Hagen's, I'm on Hagen's beat, Soapbox. Hagen's made that beat. I'm not a Christian because I rapped on Hagen's beat. Hagen's a Christian. You might not see it the way that you want to, but I know what my little bro is. You dig what I'm saying? So, all I can say is Christ-centered is leading people to Christ, and I know I'm being long-winded about this because a lot of people. It's funny how Isaac Kyrie can do a song with R. Kelly, and everybody loves it. It's funny how R. Kelly can do a whole gospel album and everybody loves it. Or the big time black mega church can bring in someone who's a sinner and give him a whole Sunday to preach. And he got a concert that night in the same city. This stuff happens. But when it comes to the Christian rapper, they're held to a standard that can't be met. Go ahead, bro.
Right, where it goes back to what I'm saying. They're held to pastoral standards. You are a rapper. You are an entertainer. Does not mean you're a pastor. And listen, all Christians have standards. Pastors have different standards. People don't like to say that. You know what I'm saying? Look in your Bible. It goes down a whole list of things that a pastor is supposed to do. There's a different standard because there's a different responsibility because you're dealing with people one-on-one. When you're doing music, you are an entertainer. If you choose to be very, very missional and talk deeply Christ in your lyrics, that is your choice. You also can be a Christian and just sing about love. You know what I'm saying? And never talk nothing profane, but be secular.
It's just all love. Yeah.
It can be all love. So, like secular and profane are not the same thing. Secular just may be, you ain't talking about Jesus. You know what I'm saying? And you can say, well, that's wrong. Why would a Christian not talk about Jesus? Do you go to work? You talk about Jesus 24 hours a day? Go on and lie and say that you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not real life. In real life conversations, when you talking to somebody, when we talk sports, we're not talking Christ. We're talking sports. That is a secular conversation. It is. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes profane, some of them jokes, honestly, some of them jokes can end up profane. But anyway, go ahead, bro.
I'm just looking at the comments. You're right, Pastor. What was it? Project Pat. Wasn't he on one of No Big Deal joints?
He's been on a lot of Christian albums.
Yeah, he was on a lot of Christian albums.
Got baptized recently, and he's an assistant pastor at a church.
He is, but yet and still, when they come and tell him, if God ain't told him to stop going to get your bag on doing some of your old music, as long as it's not degrading Christ, that man is going to go out there and do it. C is at a secular job. I'm at a secular job. Catch me at the wrong moment. I'm going to have to repent. Do you dig what I'm saying? So I think a lot of time, well, you're supposed to be Christian. I don't understand. Why is this, that, and that? You're supposed to be saved. One word, you disrespected me. And the Holy Ghost didn't catch me at that moment. I slipped up. You dig what I mean? Right. And I'm not making excuses for habitual sin. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm saying is, I think people like to point the finger at Christians so they can be like, ain't nobody perfect. I can live my life the way I want to. You know what I'm saying? HELL hockey sticks with that. I'm doing my own thing. I'm worshiping my own little way. And it's just real easy to judge, especially when you get into the genre. And I'm going to say this because I saw it when my brother got a chance to perform at the Stella Awards at one of the events, and I went down with him. And it was a gospel event. And the bottom line is, C was on the lineup at a gospel event. And gospel artists hate the fact that they're not getting shine the way that the Christian artists are. And it's only a few gospel artists that's, even today, it's still Ty, Kurt, Carr, Jacqueline Carr, Dietrich Haddon, Fred Hammond is even kind of falling off. There's only a few people that bust through as far as gospel. But then you got CHH, and they torn and running it. And I think sometimes it becomes jealousy, like, well, that's of the devil, and this is of that, and this is of that. And we're supposed to be together. It's so much division in the body, man. And I don't even talk about that part, that even in the music, it becomes division. And it's not saying me and C watered down. It's just the fact, what Mr. G said, is so much legalism that it's ridiculous.
Mr. G said, my favorite group of all time are Cross Movement, but going back and listening to some of their music, some of those every 2 seconds saying Jesus was corny. If they allowed themselves more freedom, their songs could still go today, but they can't. Yes. And then beyond that,
and look at the group today. 2
of the members don't even serve Jesus anymore.
They don't even serve Jesus no more.
They just totally turned their back on him. Now, I'm not saying that as like a point of finger, like, ooh, they was goofy. No, what I'm saying is, if they felt so led to minister that way, awesome. They were blessed. They were the Lecrae before Lecrae. They were top of everything.
They were.
And at a time, it was good for that transition. At this point, man, they were like one of the few artists that had high-level production and things like that, as well as ministering through the word in their music. A lot of those dudes turned into pastors, the ones that didn't totally backslide and leave Jesus totally. But the rest of them end up pastors or even professors at schools. You know, like our brother Flame. You know, of the same spirit, like our brother Flame. Now, he's in a different denomination now, but same spirit. Very scholastic brothers. You know, they deep thinkers, almost philosophy type guys. And that's their blessing, that's their lane. But at the end of the day, I think Christian rap is at the highest point it's ever been.
Yes, it is.
Talent-wise.
And it's still small.
And it's still small, but talent-wise, you know, we're going to play a video of somebody else who is now touring all over the place. And it happens a lot because people are more talented. People are more open to it because the people are getting tired of the negative music. That's really what it is. And then they be like, man, this sounds just as good. The beat's just as good. I'm even hearing some of the features. A lot of times, I say this and we'll move on, for the people to get offended by the features. Those features are not for you. That's the problem. That's what you don't realize. That song ain't for you. It's for the people that's trying to come to Christ. Because then that validates that Christian artist to those other people. You see what I'm saying? That validates them. It's like, oh, he's so good. A Killer Mike and T.I. get on here? Let me check this out. Because you know how it is when you listen to regular music. It's like, oh, he got these features? This dude must be nice. You get what I'm saying? Same way they think it. So somebody that's not in the body and not a fan of Christian rap, when they see that, they gravitate to it. They be like, okay, let me listen to the other songs. And they may be like, shoot, these other songs just as hard. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's a hard pill to swallow for long-term Christians that's been in it a long time, and they may feel like, I can't listen to secular music. I get it. When they do those features, that ain't for you. And I know that's hard, but it ain't. Go ahead, bro.
I'm going to say this and I'm going to go. First of all, Hagen's, they do have a Christian battle rap league. They already have it. It's been out for some years now. And the other thing, again, it's the type of music you listen to. J. Moss had Anthony Hamilton on his song. Nobody complained.
Nobody said a word.
Nobody complained. Not
Nobody
a word.
Said nothing.
You dig what I'm saying? Kirk Franklin had everybody named Mama on his song.
Everybody in their mama.
Nobody said a word.
Nope.
It's the preference of your music that you like. And those features, as C said, aren't for you. Those are ministry tools. So this is what you're supposed to do, and we'll let this go. Eat the meat, spit out the bones.
Yep.
It ain't for you.
Yep.
You dig what I mean? The Bible talks about there's many members of the body. You dig what I'm saying? There's arms, legs. How can the arm say to the feet, I don't need you? It ain't for you. You may be intellectual up here. Your boots ain't to the ground. You're strictly intellectual. One word, think about your next sermon. Let these folks put the boots to the ground, and I ain't talking about fans, and keep it popping. You dig what I'm saying? Let's go, bro.
I'm sorry, bro. I had to do it. Listen, there's different levels of being a Christian. Let me say this, man. So that's what you call what we would call a baby Christian. Then what you call a mature Christian, a mature saint. There's different levels, right? There's different levels to this.
Said it perfect just now, bro.
So there's if you're a mature Christian, you may want more wordy music because that's where you at right now. But when you a baby, it's like, listen, I remember when I was a baby, I just wanted anything. I loved R. Kelly when I stopped listening to secular for like 10 years of my life, right? And I wanted something that sounded like that to give me that satisfaction. And I was looking for that. I didn't need nothing super, super deep. I got my super deep on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? At the church I was serving at. But what I wanted to hear was something a little bit, I'm going to keep it 1,000, a little bit more fleshly. I ain't need them talking reckless, but I needed just a little bit more swag to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I need the beat to be a little bit more better. I need to be in a little bit better studio. So it just depends on what you need in your life. And I think the people that are getting really, really offended, you wouldn't listen to T.I. anyway. You wouldn't listen to Killer Mike anyway, because it's not for you, little mama. Right. It ain't for you, little bruh, homie, big OG. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm put over what Mr. G said, then we'll move on to the last video. I used to think when I first heard Thizzle that he wasn't a Christian, but realized he was trying to reach dudes in the streets. And for me, it didn't hit until I got musically mature. That is so great. Thizzle doesn't rap no more. You know he still does that.
Yep.
Literally to this day, he worked for a place that helped people in the streets. That was his real heart. So it came through in the music, and then that's his real life. You know what I'm saying? So for that people, it is what it is. And then the same thing Hagen said, no cap, I thought Thizzle was still in the streets well into his career. You know, now
I'll say we could finish this. The only reason Hagen says that is because me and Hagen know Thizzle personally. So, Mr.
Hey,
G,
y'all know his government name.
we get your point, but I will say this: knowing this brother, he has a heart for the streets.
Yes, he does.
You dig what I mean? And he's still out there grinding. He's still in the trenches. He's still doing those community service, and he ain't rapping at all. Even though he just did Lecrae's intro to Reconstruction, but he's not rapping anymore. But he's still in St. Louis doing big time things for the inner city. You know what I'm saying? Trying to give back to the city. So shout out to my brother.
Big salute to
Thizzle, man. Real talk.
All right, man. Listen, it was a great topic, man. We're going to hold up and wait and get to the last video night by Mr. Miles Minnick featuring secular rapper Keep the Sneak. Here we go.
Hold up. Hey.
All right. That was Miles Minnick featuring Keep the Sneak. Thoughts on the video? Video was clean. Cool, he got out West Coast legend out there on the song.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What I say this about Miles Minnick, and I've seen, we were making this mention of the post about Lecrae and all that, and a lot of people throw Miles Minnick in the same boat. I can't say the same. Now, Lecrae is ultra talented. Miles Minnick is West Coast to the blood.
Boy.
You know what I'm saying? But one thing I say about this dude, that dude was at Rolling Loud and did an altar call. Don't play with him, dog. You know what I'm saying? He was at the first Christian rapper to ever do something like that, and he did not waste his opportunity. I'm going to give him his props, man. He's doing this thing, and I pray the best for him. I pray he stay on the right track. But as for this song, I enjoyed it. It was a vibe. I'm not an ultra West Coast guy, but I love the fact that they just be vibing. I love the little dances they be doing, and it looked like they really kicked it in the video. So go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I'm with you. It looked like they had a great time in the video. Anytime you watch a video and people are having fun, it brings you in. The song was dope. Miles always come with it. This is what I'll say about Miles Minnick, because there has been churches who protested some of his shows. And he had the question, why are y'all protesting me and I'm doing an altar call to Jesus? Like, what are you protesting about? So the song itself was dope. He had a West Coast legend. You dig what I mean? E40 stamped this man. Now, I'm not saying we need to get stamp of approval from man.
No.
But when a legend like that promotes you and you're a Christian rapper and having sway, listen, Lecrae got flames from everybody saying, did he shrink back? Did he cross over? Did he do whatever? Nobody has ever said that about Miles Minnick except for the people that don't understand his industry. I mean, his ministry. And, that boy is West Coast to the fullest. Dope video, dope song to me. I didn't add it to the playlist for this reason only.
Yeah.
It's a vibe.
Yeah.
And my playlist is my workout playlist. And I got to be in a certain groove. For rap playlists. The R&B joint, a little different. But no, Miles Minnick, dope, man. And he'll be here in St. Louis with Lecrae real soon.
Real soon, a couple of months, man. So y'all might want to check it out. I might have to check it out my own self.
Yeah, we might have to slide.
We might have to slide as a company. Hagen said a Christian artist performing at a festival called Rolling Loud is crazy. It is. It is. You know?
We got Holy Smoke too.
Yeah, we got Holy Smoke, but Holy Smoke is all holy. Rolling Loud is not.
Rolling Loud ain't. And that boy killed his
He handled his business. So big salute to Miles Minnick and everything he doing, man. Put that song on your playlist if you want to do that. One more thing before we get up out of here.
Have you ever thought, I really enjoy what these guys are doing with this podcast? How can I be a support to them? How can I be a blessing? All that good stuff. Listen, we said it a lot at the beginning. I'm going to say it one more time. Hit the like, subscribe, notification. If you've been watching this long, go ahead and hit the like. If you've already hit subscribe and notification, don't hit it again one word. You're going to unsubscribe and unnotify yourself. Just hit the like button. You dig for the slow bus folks with the tinted windows. You dig what I mean? Even the one in the back licking the window. That ain't the point. If you want to sow a seed, go ahead and hit the podcast. I mean, hit the
Cash
what
App.
is it called? Cash App.
Yeah.
The cash sign, not the same podcast. If you want to sow a seed, or just in the comments, Mr. G, D, Hagens, everybody, Ronald Jackson, if you still on,
everybody.
We appreciate y'all when y'all come in them comments. As you can see, we live and interactive. That's what makes us not the same, and we appreciate y'all rocking with us every week, man. Real talk.
Yes, sir. I ditto everything Rob said, man. Make sure you tune in next week. We'll be back with another Bible study. Is it the first week? Yeah. No, back with another Bible study, then another sports show on Wednesday, and on Thursday night, another hot topic and music show like we just had tonight, man. Make sure you are locked in. Make sure, like Rob said, have them notifications on. You'll know when we popping up. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, we thank y'all so much for tuning in. Have a good weekend. Thank you so much for listening, for our audio listeners, man.
Yeah, man.
But, hey, you want to do some homework for us, man? Tell somebody about the Not the Same podcast if you really enjoy it.
That's your assignment.
Let somebody know about it. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, I am C-Micah.
I'm Robert Dean.
And we are out. We will see y'all next week.
About our Father's business, grind mode, filled with this Holy Spirit, that's a cheat code. Holiness the standard, we never fold. We about to make a scene episode about our Father's business.